Okay, I just wanted to give you a quick review of this live bait mate that came in the mail for the King of the Cats contest. One of them was donated. Just wanted to go through a couple things quick. Basically what it's for is, think of a Floetrol on steroids. A bait bucket for a big boy. So, it looks like it's made out of maybe 3/8 inch mesh. I'm guessing smaller fatheads would probably get through here if you kept them. But the main reason I was looking at it for was creek chubs. I have a real hard time keeping creek chubs alive, or even keeping them in with bullheads that we use. The bullheads tend to eat them, so I was looking for a way to separate them, and I thought this was a great idea. So basically this uses a bungee system with a little clip here, and then it opens up. And the cool thing is there's a secondary cage in here with what appears to be maybe 1/4 inch mesh, so you could keep smaller fatheads in there, or say whatever shrimp or live crawfish or frogs, or something you want to separate from the rest of the bin, and that just slides right in there, and then it closes up. And this looks to hold very well. I mean, you can stretch this bungee as far as you want, and that cover ain't moving. Looks like 1 inch PVC around the edge for floating, and it also ships with a tether line, so you can drag that behind your boat or your kayak, or even if you're wading along the stream catching bait, it'll just float right along next to you. I thought that was pretty cool. Looks to be a quality item. Live bait mate, made in St. Augustine, Florida. Good old US. Looks to be a quality item. I'm going to quick throw this in my bait tank. Throw some bait in there and we'll see how it works. Okay, so here's my bait tank, and I just thought I'd go through a couple of the alternatives I've used up until this live bait mate. Obviously a lot of us have seen this. It's just a standard Floetrol, and this will work when the water's cool or whatnot, but here's the big problem. With your bait in there, this is only sitting in the water maybe 3 inches at most. So you get that sun come out, and that sun's going to bake that water. Next thing you know, you're going to have dead bait, obviously. I've tried that, and like I said, it'll work when the water's cool, but these warm summer months, July, August, good luck, it just isn't going to work. Then also, obviously, when you pick it up, it's got a little bit of weight to it. You have to drain it out every time, whatnot. So there's one alternative. Okay, so here's another alternative I've used, and this one has actually been a little successful, at least a lot more than that Floetrol. It's just a 5-gallon bucket that I've drilled holes all around it, and even on the bottom. And when I catch my chubs or whatever, I can just sink that in there and it's ready to go. Part of the problem, though, is I'm going to go through a couple of the problems. One is you have to pull this lid off every time. Anyone who has had to do that multiple times, I can't even do it with one hand. There, I finally got it. But that makes a pretty tight seal, and that gets to be a pain pulling that open all the time. And then if you got this behind you in a boat or whatever, every time you pull the bait up, you have to lift the weight of the bucket and allow it to drain. That's probably close to 45 pounds every time. And then when you throw it back in, you gotta wait for it to fill back up again. So there's another alternative I've used, and it works, but I think this other one's going to be even better. Okay, so here's the live bait mate, and as you can see, it floats very low to the surface of the water, and it's really neutrally buoyant. I'm just barely touching that, and it's, so it'll take the waves or whatever. The great thing about this is when you lift it up, it's nothing. It's all you're lifting is the weight of the bait mate. It instantly fills up and down. It's in there. I don't know. I'm really impressed with it. I can't wait to try to throw some chubs in here and see how well they work. But first impressions said it's pretty impressive. I'll try to do an update and let you know how well it works with bait. Oh, and I'll also mention that here's a bonus. So, down, out, into a 5-gallon bucket. God, you gotta like that.